Hi guys, this is Sydney. So as you can see, I'm outside. Just wanted to share. I found this cafe near where I am, and I love their coffee and the atmosphere, the vibe. So this is my second time being here. And here I'm not drinking coffee as much as I did in Hanoi. So this is like my second time, and I'm not finishing everything. I'm just getting a little bit of taste. And all of a sudden I felt called to share a message for anyone that may be experiencing sensitivity, so-called like energy sensitives, empaths, like however you resonate with these terms. We are constantly living in a world where we are experiencing external pressure, external demands all the time. So for example, you could get a cup of coffee, or you're buying something at a convenience store or this cafe or restaurant or grocery store. Depending on the person, and also depending on, there's also higher purpose behind everything. So that's how you can turn any situation and make it for yourself. So it is helping you, it is supporting you, it is for your growth rather than, oh, that's negative. Someone's trying to come in and ruin my day or anything of that nature. If you have those definitions, you can start to shift your perspective and have a strong intention to make everything positive out of all the experiences. That's not in like self-justification, but from a deep place of self-reflection and self-awareness. So you are sitting down and pausing and then sensing everything, and then you're going to shift, okay? You're going to feel all emotions. You're going to allow any negative emotions that you've been triggered to feel, or from a situation, or from an interaction, or from a life event. You're going to have a moment of reflection, meaning going into a place of observation without you identifying, meaning see that as like a movie of your life. It's something that is coming for me. So you're screening your movie, and then you get a bigger perspective or a higher perspective from watching from afar like that. So it helps someone to identify, meaning get inside it, so that you lose perspective. You're not seeing things clearly, and you get entangled into the situation, right? So that's how you can do if you resonate, and then sit. And there are times, if you're energy sensitive, it's easy for you to sense other people's energies and immediately catch their intentions, okay? So for example, there may be a person who said, oh, you're getting this, and they may say, that's all, and you say, yes, that's all. And even though the word may seem like the person is saying, that's all, but the energy or the intention behind someone A, a person A, could be there's a slight pressure coming from the person, or a force demanding you to get something additionally. You see what I mean? Do you want, for example, you don't want any cakes, you don't want any this. So their intentions is to get you to buy more of their stuff. So they're being a salesperson, right? They have an intention. And there's like when they say, that's all, there's a pressure that you're feeling and sensing from the person. If you're energy sensitive, intuitive, empath, or you're just waking up right now, your energy field is changing, so you're going to feel, sense, hear, smell, everything is going to intensify and heighten. So it's called heightened senses. So personally, for example, when I had that experience in 2018, where I shared in some of my previous YouTube videos, like third eye opening and crown chakra all of a sudden opening through my breath. And since then, I wasn't able to go out for a while or even take like a public transport or a subway, because I was feeling and sensing energy so intensely, and my psychic abilities were heightening. And even before I was in sleep, I was always intuitive, and I had psychic abilities that I didn't even realize that was psychic abilities. So I saw things, heard things in my dream time. I sensed energies all the time. But because I held a lot of self-doubt, there were times that I didn't trust myself. And when in 2018, when everything just energy opened up, I started to hear things just by looking at the word or thinking of the person, or I could hear what they're saying or thinking or intending, even though they're in a different country, a friend, for example, or they would talk to me like on the phone and they would say something and I would know that they're not being honest with me, all these things. So at first it could be very overwhelming and also very disappointing and hurting at times, because you thought that was a good friend, but actually she's not being honest, or that situation, they have like hidden motives and intentions and all of that. And also it's like a friend's friend that I just met briefly through a mutual, like at a mutual event or something, and all of a sudden their marriage life is coming through and how they're unhappy. And even though it seems like they're having this perfect family on social media that everyone loves to have and all of that. And so it could be very overwhelming and very hard to take. But that's, just be aware, like your abilities are opening up so that you're seeing through the illusions. And telepathy is a little bit different, but if you have those abilities, like as your innate gifts, you're going to start to unlock them, and you have to learn how to master your own gifts, master your own talents, and not get controlled by that. So you have to, like, in a way, tame the beast, or however it is that you may resonate. So you may have internalized a lot of other people's emotions all throughout your life without you realizing. Now, when these gifts are opening up as you awaken, you're going to have to learn how to separate your energy with other people's incoming energies. So when you feel that pressure coming, so for example, that I just shared in an example, right? The person has an intention. You feel that negative or lower vibrational force coming into your energy field, and then you just sit down, take a moment, and then it's kind of helping you to strengthen, to speak your truth and stand in your truth, despite all the external pressures, for example. So you sense that energy, but you're still going to say, no, I only need this. And that's what you want, and that's what you need. You're not going to over purchase, or you're not going to buy something just to, how can I say, please the person who's saying, you sure? You know, they may say in a very nice manner, but you can detect the energy. Whereas sometimes they may say the same thing, that's all, but you sense that energy is very pure and sincere, and there is no attachments. So they're making sure that you don't need anything. So their intention is in a different place, right? It's for you. They're trying to support you rather than to, for example, before it was to like take advantage or utilize you as a resource, right? But now the other person B, this person, let's call that person B, and they may be saying the same thing. But when you say no, you don't feel any attachments, you don't feel any stickiness, you don't feel anything. So the aspect of this gift is that you can discern better, right? When you don't have to react, or you don't have to have a negative view on the person or that incoming energy, but just from a neutral perspective, just sense and observe and recognize the energy and sit down. And then in order to align with the higher purpose of that experience, right? And say, thank you for this experience, for strengthening me to stand in my truth or speak my truth despite external pressures, because that's how this reality is right now on earth, right? So, or if you are encountering someone like person B, for example, where there's coming from a genuine kindness and you sense that energy, you're going to say thank you for those people to share kindness with me and reciprocate. I appreciate that, right? So that's how you can stay or make everything a positive, meaning anything to help serve you or grow you or strengthen you, rather than, oh, you go into a negative, oh, I don't like that feeling, or I don't like this, I don't like that, or I sense that and that person is trying to do this to me, or, so that's how you can, on a practical level, that's the power you hold, right? Everything is energy. Anything that is coming from a lower vibration, you can transform into high vibrational energies. And basically, it's all energy, whether it's negative, positive, neutral. So once you understand that and you're sitting in your place of your inner power or truth or the power within, you have that power to transform every incoming energy to serve you, to amplify your power, then basically to increase your abundance energy within you, because you're always grateful for all these experiences from a genuine place, because you go into a higher perspective understanding. Okay, so that's something that I'm feeling called to share right now for some reason, for anyone that may resonate, especially energy sensitives. So if you sense any of the, especially like family members or close friends, that's constantly, it's like emotional baggage dropping on you, for example, because you're always like a good listener, or you want to help them out with their problems. That's how a lot of the energy sensitive empath and earth angels or intuitives, when they were asleep, to internalize other people's problems and emotions, and you were always trying to help them out, meaning abandoning your own self. And with that, the people who used to kind of, how can I say, it has become their right, basically. It's like when you don't do that, they get mad or they get angry, and they become more demanding, right? So there's no respect, there's no nurture or support or care for you, right? If you sense these energies, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's just anybody, then you know what to do, right? Would you want to surround yourself with those people? Would you want those people in your life? Or would you want someone who appreciates you, who's genuine, who's kind, who respects? So that's how you can discern, right? Would you want that? Would you want those? Right? So for example, if you feel like, okay, you like that person and that person is not always having the time for you, but you really want that person, would you still want them? Would you still, want someone who's not available? And why do you want that? That's a question you need to ask, like these sort of questions. So it's about, the journey would be about learning about your self-worth through those experiences. And you have to really pause and think, what do I really want? Do I really want that? And if I'm still wanting it, what's in me that I need to look into, that I have been abandoning myself to chase after these things from outside sources, So I don't know, for some reason, the topic all of a sudden came up as I sat down, and I don't know who may need this, but I hope this helps for anyone resonating, and that so like there was this analogy that this guy was saying. It was so funny that I just feel called to share. It's like he was very good at it, and then he's like, he was answering to all this like comments of his follower. He's like a Gen X, I think, or something like that. And then it was hilarious. And the comment was like, I know that he's toxic, but he makes me happy. He's like, and he goes like, I know that he's still toxic. And then he's like, he didn't say anything. He's like, what the? That's it. When you say he's toxic, that's it. You're not going back. You know that it's toxic, right? Whether it's like past situations, past friends, past relatives, family, jobs. You know that it's toxic. You already know, right? What do you need more explanation? Like, there's no need to do anything about it, So basically, deep down, we already know intuitively. It's just a matter of going into like a different, it's like the way I see it is like an analogy that is coming there, like you're going into a closet full of clothes, and then you have to like constantly make your way out of all these like clothes that's blocking your way from not seeing, and then finally you're through the closet all the way, and then you are seeing, and it's like ta-da, whole new world. You just woke up. It's like, damn, that was toxic, right? You start to really get it, like, why did I even be in that, or why did I even choose to engage in it? It's a moment of waking up. Or like another funny one was like, like this guy is giving me a mixed signal, or this girl is giving me a mixed signal. What would I do? It's like you are about to cross the street, and the street light is blinking, turning constantly from green to red, green to red, green to red. Would you cross the street? Get hit by a car, right? That's an analogy, and it's just so hilarious. Like, would you do that? Would you cross the street? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't want to cross the street. But when we are in that kind of attachment, out of the ego obsession, which is all part of the growth journey. You have to experience it, right? A lot of the times we have to experience that chasing energy, especially a lot of like souls who chose to be in that shadow, dark, carrying karma and all that stuff to clear. You have to remember who you are. Go back to your soul and remember your soul blueprint, why you came here, your soul mission and soul purpose, right? And that's the journey. So, you know intuitively when you see like a street light turning red and green constantly, you know it's not the path for you, right? So if something is not working out smoothly, you know it's not your path. So in that sense, you know, there's a saying called, you know, rejection is redirection or something like that. If that job you're not getting that you thought you wanted, it's not working out for you, you may be for something else. Or if that relationship is not working out for you, you may be for something else that's more aligned with you. So if you are, let's say everyone has their own soul signature that's radiating out, but usually when we are in darkness or shadow, it's cloaked, meaning that light it's not radiating out, it's being cloaked, it's being hidden. So it's the process of is like taking off that cloak, right? And then start to shine brightly as you are. But in this world with a lot of heavy comparison and competition out of the ego energy, they have this concept of outshining, right? But there's no such thing as outshining in this world. Everyone shines in its own unique way. It's just that people who perceive something as outshining is because they hold a lot of fear that you're fearing that that person may be outshining you. You see what I mean? But everyone has their own unique light. So let's say you are a beautiful pink light, but you're trying to be green all the time. You're not going to be able to shine your, oh, I just realized you're not going to be able to shine your unique energy signature. That's who you are. That's your authentic radiance, authenticity, authentic light, authentic truth, right? You're trying to be someone else, or you're trying to be like that person you think that is in a better place. It's all an illusion. You got to find yourself. You have to go in to be your original self. You see, that's where originality comes from. And there is enough for everyone. That's the basis of the universal energy. But that we are in such lack mentality, conditioning, that it's hard for us to perceive the world or the universe, especially with all this like negative news, all this terrorizing news that makes you worry about this and that and this and that, right? So once again, it's also, if you're energy sensitive, to discern from watching certain dramas, movies, or listening to certain music even, or engaging on energies on social media, because even on social media through the screen, everything's energy. So that's how you can remember who you are and also go into that journey of finding or tapping into your authentic light. You see? So find your colors, find your own unique color, and find your own unique style. Someone can give you certain ideas, someone can inspire you, but at the end of the day, you have the capabilities to create your own unique thing, and we don't need to be in competition, because the universe is abundance, and you are abundance. So that's why we are on this journey of going back remembering and finding your authentic self to live in the age of sovereignty, right? So that's a message that is coming for me at this time for anyone that may resonate. So if you feel fear, if you feel doubt, which is very natural in this world at this time, right? What would be the message? Okay. The message that is coming is that do not wait until you get rid of all the fear. It's what is coming. Allow yourself to sit with fear, but then align your energy to that of the heart so that you can muster up courage and strength to do what is best for you, what is right for you, despite fear, despite insecurities, despite doubt. And then with that, before where you feel like you were paralyzed, you constantly postponed something, or you were delaying it, not taking actions, not saying it, not choosing it, whatever it is, you were holding back. But we are always like, I don't know when we are not going to be completely free of all this energy, but as long as we are here now, we are going to we'll live with the duality energies, right? So the best way is to go into your heart and align yourself despite this fear or doubt or insecurity existing. And so that in that heart space, it's holding you in a very safe place. It's reminding you that it's okay for you to be not perfect, not say the perfect things, not have the perfect plan, not have everything perfect, but then just follow the heart, right? So with that, it's going to help you push forward to the direction that you're meant to be in, that is the heart. And even though that fear may be kicking in, you see what I mean? So that's how we can coexist with this energy at this time on Earth, is what I'm guided to share. So if you are in that place of hesitancy, or feel like you're paralyzed to move anywhere, instead of trying to get rid of everything, meaning it's kind of a form of control, which is from the ego, rather align first with the heart energy. That's going to amplify your energy field with more excitement for the future, more, or that having that vision of what you want and what you desire, rather than focusing on how it could go wrong and how it's going to be taken by other people and get worried and all these energies. You see what I mean? So it's all about, I wouldn't say all about, but it's like more, every moment we are learning to align our energy to what is the highest or the best in human language term for ourselves all the time, which in like universal language in a way translates into aligning yourself constantly, moment to moment, to different parallel realities, infinite numbers of parallel realities that you are aligning with. So in that sense, we always have a choice. You're always provided limitless choice. If that doesn't work out, you think that, or you may believe, or you may taught to believe that that's the ultimate and that's the end. But that's not the end. There are so many other options, so many other possibilities, because it's not that there's something physical present and you're going into it. There's nothing, the void, the emptiness is the essence of the universe, and you are the one creating it through the power of your imagination, sometimes your desires that's aligned with your higher purpose or soul mission. At times when we are unawakened, we may create out of the ego, but also that's part of the whole experience. So everything was to help you be who you are, shape you for being who you are, all those experiences. And so now they have become your strength. They have now become your unconditional love, right? So every experiences that you went through mattered. And you can count it as so-called in a human language sense, important. It was for you to grow and serve your mission on earth for something that is unique to everyone, you see? So that's coming up, and today is where I am in Hawaii. It's like July 16th, so there is a very strong energy of the 7-7, the 7-7 portal. So what is coming is that you can take these like moments to create your own portal passageway of your own desires and start walking into it. Because once again, you are the one giving definitions to life. You are the one giving life to your realities, right? You are the one that is coloring how you want to feel, how you want to, what you want to think about every single day, every moment. So yeah, I feel called to share that as well. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. And wherever you are, I wish you a beautiful day. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.